All right, good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me on this great episode of your favorite political talk show, The Truth with Ben Jokes. Now, there is so much anger in Nigeria, and there is no assurance that we won't be having another heavy round or rounds of protest very soon in this country. The hunger, poverty, and worse still, hopelessness amongst the people of this country will drive us into another series of chaos very soon, because without mincing words, all is not well. And with each passing day, it becomes increasingly clear that the political class have no good intentions for the citizens of this country, and that the people will have to force the hands of these so-called leaders to do the right things. Prominent Nigerians and political actors, on the other hand, are increasingly making statements and moves that sound like they are clearly calling on Nigerians to rise against the corruption of the political class. And these prominent Nigerians and political figures, e.g. Obasanjo, might not be spared in a revolution, but it looks like they don't care anymore because the rot in the country has become so much. But the worst news today is coming out of Benue State, as angry Nigerians who participated in the End Bad Governance protest disgraced Tinubu and the APC governor of Benue State, a supposed Reverend Father Alia, who has sold out his integrity for the love of power. Before I show you that disgraceful event coming out of Benue State and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you this video. Former President Obasanjo is really working to turn the people against the political class, and this man does not care even if this revolution is going to eat him up. In this video, Obasanjo was talking to some National Assembly members. Watch what he told them.
In your own case, with all due respect, you are not supposed to fix your salary or your allowances. It's supposed to be done by the revenue mobilization and what? Okay. But you decide what you pay yourself, the allowances that you give yourself, newspaper allowances, pant allowances, sheeting allowances. You give yourself all sorts of things, with all due respect. And you know it's not right. It is not right. It is not right for me to be the one to determine what I pay myself. It's immoral. And then you are doing it. The Senate is doing it. And you beat your chest. And in some cases, even the executive give you what you are not entitled to. You all got 200 million naira.
You heard that. This, for me, is a clear call by Obasanjo to the people of this country to rise against the political class. And he is also one of them. He's not saying he's a saint. And while some Nigerians commended him for this address, others said he had a chance as president to solve the whole problems that he's complaining about here. But the bottom line is, what Baba is cooking here is a major item on the menu of a revolution. And let's see how Nigerians reacted. Let's take some of the tweet reactions. This tweet here by Sasson says, "Baba, no worry yourself. Every day for the thieves, one day for the owners. The day is fast approaching." And this tweet by the Sanctuary says, "Father, you and me who they vex past." This one said, "It looks like Obasanjo is even angrier than him about the situation." And this tweet here by David says, "You know vex, reach me." Okay. Oh. And Oladiji Dada says, "Nigerians have got to a stage whereby they do not need any big name politician or anyone for that matter to validate the sufferings they are going through. Truth of the matter is that the system is broken and something needs to be done urgently." But Uche Chukwu here disagrees. He says, "Baba, I thought these things were there when you were the president. You are the father of corruption. You paid the National Assembly for third tenure. Park one place." Uche Chukwu is not buying it at all. And this tweet by Oye John Kayode says, "The system in place in Nigeria is not helping matters. Change the unworkable systems to viable, workable, enterprising ones, and you will see Nigerians blossom. Will those benefiting from the unworkable system allow the changes? Of course, they never will. They will not allow the changes. It is the people that are suffering from the systems, or the system that is not working, that will rise up and enforce the change. Point blank, period. Now, let us look at that update coming out of Benue State. First of all, I must say that I am not one that celebrates people's misfortunes. We are just being honest about the happenings in Nigeria with a view to seeing us retrace our steps as citizens so that the country can work, because this is the only country that we have. Now, here is it. The governor of Benue State, Governor Alia, a supposed reverend father, says that Tinubu is the all in all. He has been telling the people of Benue State, almost telling them to worship Tinubu. He is working with the secretary to the government of the federation, George Akume, who is also a thief man from Benue State. They organized a Thanksgiving service for Tinubu when he completed 1 year in office, thanking God for the good work that Tinubu is doing in Benue State. This is the same state that bandits, Fulani headsmen are killing people every day. These people say because they are in power, Tinubu is very good. And during the End Bad Governance protest, they paid their people peanuts, organized the people of Benue to protest against the protest. They began kicking against the End Bad Governance protest. They said there is good governance in Nigeria, that Tinubu is doing very well. But while the End Bad Governance protest was going on in other states, the same Benue state that kicked against the protest received a very heavy visitation from the destructive arm of the APC, the same party that they have been thought to worship. Look at how the papers reported it. Breaking: bloodbath in Benue State community as headsmen kill over 60 residents. Reporters: gunmen suspected to be headsmen have killed over 60 people in Ayati village of the Ukum local government area of Benue State. According to a villager who lost 5 of his relatives during the attack, the gunmen stormed the community Thursday evening. 2 policemen were also killed by the bandits. He told Sahara reporters on 08/08/2024 at about 16:30 hours, while normal daily activities were going on in Ayati village, Ukum local government area of Benue State, a large number of armed bandits invaded the village and started shooting sporadically at members of the community, killing over 60 people of the villagers. The source said this is coming a few weeks after the killing of 11 persons in Ayati community. The incident sparked a violent demonstration that resulted in the damage of private and public property in the area council. You don't need to destroy properties in your area council. Just head to the governor's house, because he is the one that said that Tinubu is the all in all. He looks away from all the happenings in Benue State and said maybe because he built one bridge or he covered the potholes on some roads, the government is doing very well. Don't touch people's properties. Head to the government house and look at how angry protesters came there and began to mock Tinubu, the governor, and even the people of Benue State. Let's take some of the tweet reactions. This tweet here by Austin says, the same Benue people that were with poster cards saying no protest, that Tinubu is driving the nation rightly. Yes, there were anti-protesters raising their own placards saying he's doing well, and then bandits came at them. I'm not mocking them, they are dead, but this is just the reality of things, how we allow our greed and stupid sentiments to pull us down. And this tweet here by Tony says, the same people that protested against End Bad Governance protesters. That is it. People are trying to make Nigeria good. You stood up and said no because of your own foolish political reasons. And Fakmonda here says, well, Benue people voted a Reverend Father Governor to be praying for them. The moment I saw him in APC, I disbelieved everything they said about him being a reverend father. There is no genuine clergy that will have anything to do with such an evil association. And this tweet here says, Father Governor Alia, this is not about Tinubu is doing well or about APC thing. This is about saving lives of Benue people. This guy is trying to charge him to do the right thing, because every time he comes up is to talk about Tinubu. To the Tinubu worship is getting too much, and he's not doing anything tangible about the security situation in his state. But I'm telling you, that man has totally sold out. And this tweet by Iremide says, Benue is blessed with useless leaders. They prefer to trade the souls of their people in order to be in power. Imagine a so-called reverend father who can't stand up to defend his people. George Akume prefers to be in power rather than speaking up for his people. Benue, defend yourselves. Your politicians will never do it for you. The people are also stupid for them to be dying in their skulls, and they are still listening to a politician. And this tweet here says, it is beyond my comprehension how a country will let its citizens be killed at will within its boundaries. It is either those piloting the affairs of the country are not interested in anything else than how to loot the economy, or they are in full support of the killings. It is actually the combination of both. And this tweet by Toby says, and when they receive the report in Aso Rock, they will ask, only 60 people? 60 does not mean anything to them. This tweet here by Odogu says, them still give them placard to protest against protesters. Oh, it is a shame. Nigerians will never learn. Anyway, may the souls of the departed rest in perfect peace. But I hope that Nigerians will learn from this. Nigerians from north, south, east, and west must learn to reject the APC. Anything these people tell you is a lie. Nigerians cannot rise up to protest against obvious bad governance, and they will give you 2,000, 3,000 naira to come and kick against protest, and then you concur. It doesn't make any sense. And the people who kicked against that protest, the people who came out to protest against the end bad governance protest, may not even be the ones hit by these bandits. But it happened in their states, in their communities. And we cannot run away from the fact that nobody is safe. And the only way we can have our freedom and our safety back is, first of all, to get the APC out of power. So nobody should be stupid enough to collect 2,000 naira, 5,000 naira from these guys and offer them any kind of support. Nigerians must come together and kick these guys out of power. But until then, make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una. Now I dey here, so don't go away.